Listeners, this episode is about a movie with a premise of sexual assault. We don't get graphic about any of it, but it's there. Do with that what you will. Please forgive me?
No!
Pretty please?
I will never forgive you for making me relive this cinematic horror!
You made me watch Blue Velvet and Eraserhead.
That's different. I was inflicting new trauma on you, not triggering old trauma. Very different.
You kept describing it as the child rape comedy. What was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to take those words for exactly what they were, and never ever put this movie on the list.
Okay, I promise I'll never put another movie you describe as the child rape comedy on our list.
There's not another movie I could call that, George.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm... Wait, do you know something I don't? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Okay, fine, I forgive you. No more child rape comedies.
Deal.
Welcome to Does This Still Work? The podcast looks over movies and asks, does this still work? I'm Joe Dixon.
And I'm George Romacka. And today we're discussing That's My Boy. The what, Joe?
Child rape comedy.
Yep. And some historical context. First, podcasty stuff. We're excited to announce that we've joined the Creator Accountability Network. CAN is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing harassment and abuse through ethical education and a system of restorative accountability. We joined because we care about the safety and well-being of our community members. If you feel our behavior or content has harmed someone, please report it to CAN, either via the reporting form on their website, creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org, or via their hotline at 617-249-4255. They'll help us make it right and avoid repeating that mistake in the future. CAN also needs volunteers from our communities to help with their work, so if you have skills you think would be helpful, or time and a desire to help, please visit their website to find out how you can volunteer. Most importantly, get the word out to other creators who you think would be interested in getting credentialed. Help us build safer communities together. You can reach us at dtswpod@gmail.com, on Facebook, Letterboxd, and on our YouTube channel. Joe is on Blue Sky at joedixon.bsky.social. Please tell your friends about us, even the ones who pick just the absolute stupidest names for their kids, and leave 5-star ratings everywhere. You can pick what we watch and get extra per episode content by funding us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/dtswpod.
Okay, George, take us back to 2012.
Okay.
And that's the way it was.
If you listen to the show from the beginning of each episode, you might have an idea of what this film is about. You might even be dreading it. Don't worry, dear audience, I'll start with things that aren't that before we talk about that.
So you're grooming our audience.
I guess so, Joe. I guess I am. With that, Joe, give us this headline from the Center Daily Times of State College, Pennsylvania.
In all reality.
Part of the plot involves the protagonist conspiring to entrap his son into a reality TV show. Reality TV has been around for a long time, longer than my own brain gives it credit for, which is 1992 when The Real World premiered on MTV.
The no longer existing MTV, apparently.
Yeah.
It's going to be disappearing soon by December,
Well,
by the time this comes out.
It makes sense since they stopped showing music a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The idea really goes back to 1948 with Candid Camera, which caught unsuspecting people in comical situations on hidden cameras.
Oh, did you know what Candid Camera was called before it came to TV?
Gotcha, fucker.
It was called Candid Microphone. It was a radio show.
Huh. I mean, that tracks.
It was a surprise to me because I'm like, how does it? I can't imagine it working as a radio show. But apparently it did, enough that they turned it into a TV show.
No. But Joe, what if we turned it into a podcast? Catch people
Candid
unsuspecting,
podcast?
catch their audio, just no video.
Sure.
Enough Patreons. If we get more patrons and we can afford to do that, we'll do that.
Sure.
Make it happen, listeners. By 2012, reality TV and the population of people who had been on it or were seeking to be on it had grown enough that it was being pitched as a way to get something on your resume before you land a normal job, with some caveats. Reality TV thrives on sex, humor, and conflict. And the things that make good employees, like the ability to use appropriate humor, control their sex drives, and mitigate conflict, are contraindicated for good reality TV ratings.
Indeed.
And while you can't judge an audience by the art they consume all the time, you could maybe conclude that the people who would be impressed by your reality TV antics might not be the people you want as your employer. Our protagonist is friends with Vanilla Ice, and he was up to some stuff in 2012, not having to do with rap or reality TV, but rather with home improvement. Joe, give us this next headline from the Anniston Star of Anniston, Alabama.
Ice is back with a brand new invention.
That headline is number one, ripped from the song Ice Ice Baby, and number two, slightly misleading.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla Ice, or real name Rob Van Winkle.
Which sounds like it's fake as well.
Right, and he should have gone with that. That was premiering the second season of his home improvement show, The Vanilla Ice Project, on the DIY network. So it's not a brand new invention, it was season 2. It's a slightly used invention.
Indeed.
It followed him around as he bought, remodeled, and sold homes. That lasted for 9 seasons.
Wow.
Which is quite a feat. He often included features in the homes that weren't even available yet for normal house flippers. Quoting him,
Bill Gates wishes he had a house like this, Van Winkle said. There's stuff he can't even get.
He ended up writing a book on real estate investing and making it available for free as a PDF download.
Okay.
File that under things I never thought I'd read about Vanilla Ice. It's linked in the show notes if you want to download it, become a real estate mogul, and fund our show with your fortune. That's all the grooming procrastination I have. So let's look at one story about a teacher's statutory rape of a student.
Must we?
Yes. Joe, give us our last headline from the San Francisco Chronicle of, surprise, surprise, San Francisco, California.
High school teacher suspected of statutory rape of student 16.
It's exactly what the headline says. The genders are opposite of what's in this movie, which is something Joe is going to bring up later, so we won't delve into it now.
Okay.
What struck me about this story is it's actually 3 stories.
Ah.
The same week of this arrest, 2 other teachers were arrested in different schools in that area, one at an elementary school for the same crime.
Oh dear.
Which begs the question of just how often this actually happens. Because if that's 3 arrests in a week, right?
That's a lot of arrests.
I gave up on searching for statistics because number one, it is depressing typing the word statutory rape into a search bar that many times.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, because despite typing it that many times in many combinations with other things, I couldn't find solid statistics.
Really? Huh.
But whatever those numbers are, they're greater than 0.
Indeed.
Which means this movie can't possibly work, but we've an episode to do, so we're going to talk about it.
We are indeed.
So Joe, let's talk about That's My Boy, the child rape comedy.
Alrighty. Well, first of all, this rape comedy was directed by Sean Anders, and he was a writer on Hot Tub Time Machine, which we saw for the podcast.
Yep.
It was written by David Caspe, and it's his only movie writing credit, and I wonder why.
I wonder why.
We really don't. We know why. Actually, we don't, since everyone else in this picture manages to go on to keep working, so...
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's because he wrote this and then was like, oh, I should never write things. And, never ever kept a pen and paper in his house again, just to make sure he wouldn't accidentally write something like this. That would be the best case scenario.
I believe you are correct. Let's get into the blurbs of this little love fest. Okay, IMDb says, while in his teens, Donnie fathered a son, Todd, and raised him as a single parent until Todd's 18th birthday. Now Donnie resurfaces just before Todd's wedding after years apart, sending the groom-to-be's world crashing down. That cleaned up things real well.
That avoided any of the problems in this movie, but also was incorrect.
So much so. All right, so YouTube says, as a teenager, an illicit fling with his sexy schoolteacher catapults Donnie Levine into a brief period of borderline notoriety. However, as his fame fizzles out, Donnie becomes just another unskilled, unloved, middle-aged loser with debts to pay off. So when he learns that the prodigy of his underage affair is now all grown up and about to marry into a successful family, Donnie attempts to reconnect with a son he barely knows, who wants nothing to do with him and his soon-to-be in-laws.
Twice. This avoids the statutory rapidness of that sex that happened, describing it as an illicit fling and underage affair.
Yes, and also he could do without the sexy school teacher.
I mean, she wasn't not sexy.
Yeah, but we don't really need to feed that to the the story here. Just say it was a high school teacher. That's more than enough.
Yeah.
Her sexiness is irrelevant. She could be the hottest thing in the world. She shouldn't be fucking the students.
But I will say this. Donnie becomes just another unskilled, unloved, middle-aged loser with debts to pay off is the most accurate description of a character we've ever seen in a blurb.
He is definitely all those things. Let's get into the characters of this film. Okay, so Donnie, as we all know, is played by Adam Sandler. And for the podcast, we see his work in Big Daddy, Anger Management, and Happy Gilmore. 3 of those things are movies, and only one of them I enjoyed. And that was Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore I thought was generally funny. Anger Management was awful, and Big Daddy I thought was an abomination, and then I was reminded of this film. I've also seen Mr. Sandler in Hustle, Uncut Gems, Top 5, and Funny People. All of which were pretty good.
And I've seen him in Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, The Waterboy, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, Little Nicky, Mr. Deed, Spanglish, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and heard him in Hotel Transylvania. I will refrain from weighing in on all of those and just put them on the list after we've had time to clear this one from our palate.
And Todd, the son, is played by Adam Sandberg, whose work we have not seen for the podcast. But I have seen him in Palm Springs, and I heard his voice in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and I saw him in Love You Man. And a quick note about Palm Springs that I thought was interesting, a film I did enjoy. He plays a character, well, I'm not going to get into the whole plot, but the point is, at one point he's on the beach and have sex with this woman, and he takes off his swimming trunks, and he's wearing underwear under it. And she says, you wear underwear under your swimming trunks? He says, yeah, doesn't everyone? And it's reminding me of this film, he takes a shower in swimming trunks. I don't know.
It makes me wonder if that's a thing about the actor where he actually has to always have something on.
Or it's a joke. He thinks it's really funny, the idea of wearing underwear in your swimming, or just wearing swim trunks in the where you normally wouldn't. I don't know. But it's just interesting. It's the same joke repeated in 2 different films with the same actor. So who knows what that means. Meanwhile, what have you seen him in?
Oh, I've heard him in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Hotel Transylvania.
So only his voice acting.
Yep.
The fiancée is named Jamie, and she is played by Leighton Meester. Probably butchering her name, but sorry. The brother,
Chad.
Brother-in-law, is Chad, and he's played by Milo Ventimiglia, who again, I'm sure I butchered his last name. And I've seen him in Creed 2. Young Donnie is played by Justin Weaver, and this is only credit. And he's going on to become a guitarist for the Chicks, who were the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, nifty.
So he's a touring guitarist. This did not damage him, apparently. Or maybe it did. He never acted again.
Yeah,
All right. Also in this picture is Vanilla Ice, who is, of course, played by Vanilla Ice.
And I've seen him in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
Alrighty. All right, let's get into this thing. All right, so let's be clear. This is a comedy about a rape.
Yep.
It's statutory rape of a 13-year-old boy by his teacher, and seemingly every man in this movie thinks that's great. People are high-fiving, they're applauding, and when he walks into the room, they all think it's just fantastic. Other than the judge who sentences the teacher, women offer no opinions about this.
Nope.
I think there was one scene where a woman mentions the teacher is exploiting this child, but it's quickly brushed off.
Yep.
Now, all you have to do is ask yourself, would this movie have been made if the teacher was a man having sex with a 13-year-old boy? Would this movie have been made been as funny idea if it was a 13-year-old man, if it was a grown-up man with a 13-year-old girl.
Or even a grown-up woman with a 13-year-old girl.
Grown-up woman with a 13-year-old girl.
The cultural tolerance for this as a... Because this... We were able to buy, and watch this movie. We shouldn't have been able to do that. This movie should have been denounced and burned. Like, we should have gone Fahrenheit 451 on this fucking thing. Because it is just a comedy based in a heinous sex crime that only works in this configuration, even in this culture.
It's amazing. Anyway, after glossing over the sexual abuse, which makes this kid a star for some reason. Yeah, it's really weird. Donnie, that's his name, as we said, gets a teacher pregnant. She goes to jail, and he has to raise the child. Technically, his shitty, abusive dad gets custody. Once Danny turns 18, he must raise the child. That would not happen in real life, but in this wacky world where being raped makes you popular, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The child grows up to be Andy Samberg, and he wants nothing to do with his dad, now played as an adult by Adam Sandler. Putting aside the premise of the movie again, Adam Sandler is so fucking obnoxious from beginning to end of this movie, no child want anything to do with him. The performance of Sandler in this picture makes me proud I don't know who my father is. I would take abandonment over the nightmare behavior of this motherfucker. He is ridiculous.
Joe, and I've watched Blue Velvet, I've watched Eraserhead. This was the hardest movie I have ever watched for this show.
It's really hard.
You texted me some really interesting texts about how you were feeling as you were going through this movie. And I went to watch it, and I had to watch it in 3 separate sittings. Because you are that character, the guy Adam Sandler is playing in this movie, is just the fucking worst.
He's the worst. Anyway, back to the plot summary here. Donnie is in trouble with the IRS. He needs money. He goes to a reality TV producer and offers to get himself and his son to visit the mother in prison. He finds out that his son is now a successful investment banker when he sees a wedding announcement in the paper. Donnie shows up at the home of his future in-laws. The son has renamed himself Todd after his father named him Han Solo.
Uh-huh.
Which is also a form of abuse, but never mind that.
No, also, how old was he when he got that tattoo? 8?
Oh yeah, there's 8 years old. He got a tattoo on his back of
the New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. Which, again, would not happen.
Right, because there's no tattoo artist on Earth that's going to actually do that to an 8-year-old.
Oh, now one who wants to keep his license, that's for sure.
Right.
Despite being a boorish drunk, the fiancé's family loves Donnie and welcomes a stranger into their house. Long story short, Donnie, with the help of his old friend Vanilla Ice, saves Todd from marrying when it turns out his fiancée is in an incestuous relationship with her brother and fucking Todd's boss. Also given between dad and son, way earlier in the movie, Donnie made a long shot bet which comes in and he now has enough money to pay off the IRS. The end. I wish this movie had died in a fire. Did I leave anything out, George?
Yes, but I edited your summary to include it, so technically no, you didn't.
Okay, so let's get into the questions and then rid ourselves of the very thought of this film again. So I've seen some postings from people saying this was a wonderful and funny movie. What movie do you think they saw?
I think they saw this movie and they are damaged, horrible people.
That's a good answer. I have to warn, obviously it's got to be dudes, number one. And they haven't gotten past the idea. The reason, listen, I've watched plenty of porn where like someone plays the babysitter and all that sort of bullshit. But these are played by adults. Actually seeing a 13-year-old and this grown woman seducing him, gross. I don't actually want to see that shit. It turns out I actually don't want to see children with adults. It's really disgusting. If this had been played by a 20-year-old, I probably wouldn't mind as much, but it wasn't. Like, literally, I was shocked they actually hired a 13-year-old. What the fuck? Okay. No, folks, you say, oh, this is a funny, fabulous movie. Seek help. You need therapy. Lots and lots of therapy. Get yourself healthy. Go to a doctor, for God's sake. You're sick. You're sick in the head. Okay. What does it say about a culture that a movie like this could be made at all?
Voted for Donald Trump president twice.
So it didn't say much for a culture.
No, it's on brand for our culture.
I think we've gotten progressively worse since 2012. So yeah, but yes, the idea that someone wrote the script, directed this thing, was shown to the studio bosses, and everybody approved this thing. Like, it did no one. Obviously, it shows me how many men dominate the field. That's number one. Because I'm pretty sure a woman would go like, excuse me, are you sure about this, guys? There probably was a woman in the room, and they said, oh, shut up. What do you know about comedy? She's like, all right. Horrible. Anyway, when Todd is arguing with Donnie over how lousy his childhood it was, the film makes a point to say Todd is a diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
In the remaining parts of the film, Donnie convinces Todd to drink excessive amounts of alcohol and drink a lot of unhealthy food. Isn't that bad for a diabetic?
Yes. Do you expect better out of Donnie?
Well, I can't say I expected better out of the movie, but it is inconsistent. Why introduce that he's a diabetic and then
to hammer home how bad a father Donnie is?
But this just makes him seem worse because now he's...
Yes, that's the point.
He's like, hey, I'm getting you to drink. I know you're diabetic, but here, drink some more alcohol. Oh, You're so boring. Have some fun. Let's go drink. Let's eat these greasy food you can't be eating with lots of salt and peppers and stuff.
But
pepper seems worse. We're supposed to...
Pepper isn't the problem for diabetes.
Not the pepper, I'm sorry. But salt and all the other stuff that's bad for you. But I just like... And sugars, I guess the word I'm looking at. Like, what? It's like, how did no one see this?
They did.
They just cut that one scene out.
Donnie is a bad person. And they wanted to hammer that. They threw everything.
The film doesn't know that he's a bad person, apparently, because everyone loves him.
No, they all love him because this film is a celebration of the fact that you can still love a complete piece of shit.
But I'm not even talking about the son. Everybody seems to love him. They think he's great. He's fun. Even the people he's insulting think he's wonderful. Like, what? Anyway, why was that incest plotline there?
To distract from the child rape comedy.
Oh, my God. And I was really surprised. I mean, they do go to strip clubs, so you do see some female nudity, but no full frontal, which they do with the guy, so I guess you get credit for that. For some reason, they're much more willing to show dude, which is also true of the other Adam Sandler picture we saw. Wasn't it?
Yep.
So Adam Sandler's comfortable with male nudity, I guess. Although that dude looked fantastic. I wish I had that body, I'll tell you that.
Me too. In my bed.
While it's great that Donnie saves his son from a bad marriage, what does he actually do to be forgiven?
Nothing. I mean, other than expose that he was about to marry somebody who's cheating on him with his boss and his
other than that,
brother. Which, I mean...
It's not minor, but honestly...
It's not minor, but it doesn't make up for everything else.
No! After being a shitty dad, showing up out of nowhere, wanting money, tricking me to go to see my mother.
The problem is that Donnie was the only person that Todd had left. Like, once he exposed all that, he quit his job, he left that relationship. Now, it's not like Todd had a thriving social life of his own with his own independent friend circle or anything. All his friends were coworkers. So, like, Donnie was all he had left.
Yeah, I guess so.
That makes more sense than the rest of the movie, actually.
Is it weird that Donnie drinks so much, but at no point is that addressed?
No. That's just who Donnie is, Joe. You have to just accept that.
It struck me as weird, because usually even in a comedy, when you have a character drinking that much, because he's got booze everywhere. At one point, he goes out on a ledge, and he takes out a bottle of beer, it's in his sock or something. This dude is a serious alcoholic, and yet no one says, like, you have a problem, man. Which again, in most movies, they usually do address it if they have it that much. But not here. It's like a Dean Martin picture or something. Alcoholism. Funny stuff.
The charitable read I could give it is everybody know who he is. Like, that what happened in his childhood and everything. So, I guess everybody just writes him off. Well, of course he's a fucking alcoholic.
Well, no, they think what happened to him is the best thing ever, though. So they would be confused. Why'd you be an alcoholic? Isn't this wonderful?
Well, I mean, he became mildly famous, which means you need to have some kind of substance abuse problem.
I guess. You have to wonder, though. I'm
trying really hard to give it a charitable read so that we have content in our podcast.
Everyone's just like, oh, he's so hilarious. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, is that bad? What's that? I'm like, what? What? Oh, so annoying. So freaking annoying. You're more of an Adam Sandler fan than I am. George, where did this picture rank in your filmography of his work?
Not just his filmography. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. This is a terrible, terrible movie. From start to finish. It made me I didn't care about anybody in this movie. The only character that made me laugh was the black pastor that they didn't use for the wedding. When he's like, this is some white people shit. Because I'm like, yep.
The only thing I laughed at was the Asian servants, where they're like really racist to them, and he calls it like a white bitch or whatever the term he used. That I chuckled at, but the rest of it, like, and those people disappear from the picture. But this is like, other than that, like, I didn't laugh once. And again, I saw this 13 years ago, and I was like, my jaw was on the ground. Like, what? What is this? Because I wasn't an Adam Sandler fan. I just happened to go in and see this movie for God only knows what reason. And boy, was I punished.
Twice.
There was a God.
Twice now.
If there was a God, he was punishing me. He said, you're going to see an Adam Sandler movie, curse you. I'll show you an Adam Sandler movie, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then 13 years later, I watch it again, and so
to predictable effect.
Oh, I would love to know what the pitch was in this. I guess it was just like, hey, have sex with dude, ha ha ha. Still, I really cannot get past the fact that they cast an actual 13-year-old. You would think someone would go like, oh, maybe we should have him look older so it won't be so creepy. But no.
Nope.
No, and his friends all look young. Oh, they all are young. They're all of their age. They got legitimate people of that age group. I'm like, really, guys? Really? Now, great. Yes, we don't see anything. They don't kiss. She just takes his hand into a room. We know what happens. It's still like, but she's undoing her blouse. Like, come on. And then there's a scene where they're up on a piano. And again, we don't see anything, but obviously they're having sex. I'm like,
during a school assembly.
As you do.
Then they are then discovered by the entire school, who erupt in applause. Like, it's
which, again, it'd be one thing if this was from the kids. That'd be bad, but, they're children. The adults are applauding. The adults are like, hey, good for you, kid. You're banging your 13-year-old boy. You're banging this teacher. That's good stuff. We love
it.
All right. Well, I know what the answer is, but I have to ask it. Does it still work?
Fuck no. Holy shit, no. No. This never worked. This never should have been made. This movie should be, maybe should have been a crime to make. Even just to imply, like, this is what's happening in this film. Fuck this movie. Completely. With a cactus.
It's really, really bad. It's not funny on any... Even, let's take that premise out. Let's say that premise did not exist in this film, and he knocked up his teenage girlfriend. The comedy of this thing is just not funny.
No, it's like, it doesn't even survive on that front. Like, fuck it. No, it wasn't. It was just somebody that you hated from the get-go, continuing to be hateable.
Yeah, just obnoxious as fucking hell. Again, if you like this movie, seek help. You're not well. I'm trying to help you. For God's sake, please go see a doctor. Tell your doctor, I think the movie That's My Boy is hilarious. They will seek help for you and help you get the help you need desperately. Because you are fucked up. All right, let's move on. What's up next?
Next week, we'll be talking about Coffee from 1973.
Coffee. Pam Grier. Haven't seen that in years. It'll be good to see it again. See how it holds up.
Alrighty. We saw her in the movie that had the Across 110th Street.
Yes.
But it's not the movie Across 110th Street.
No. It was Jackie Brown.
Yeah, that one. Alrighty.
Enjoyed, as I remember.
Yeah.
So this is our second Pam Grier picture.
Nifty.
So I guess that's it for this episode. I'm Joe Dixon. Thanks for listening.
And I'm George Romanka. Thanks for listening indeed, because if a podcast drops and there's nobody around to hear it, it's just another collection of ones and zeros that doesn't matter.
You've been listening to Does This Still Work? Produced by Joe Dixon and George Romanka.
This content is CAN credentialed, which means you can report instances of harassment, abuse, or other harm on their hotline at 617-249-4255 or on their website at creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org.
The hosts can be reached via social media, email, or the contact page at dtswpod.com. Be good to yourself and others, because that still works.
He finds out that his now successful investor... I'll do it again.
Yeah.
He finds out that his now... Do it again, Joe.
From No Stupid Question, surgeons, do humans smell bad during surgery? From Stupid Questions, does every U.S. president make their immediate family billions of dollars from insider trading? From Random Question, and I thought it was a super appropriate question for this episode. Have you ever read or watched something that felt like an insult to your intelligence? So, back to No Stupid Questions, how do some people function without drinking water regularly? So, Stupid Question, who decided that skeletons are scary? And Random Questions, if you could build your dream treehouse, what would it have inside?